Don't worry, guys. I know what'll cheer you up. There's this cool robot showing up in 2 days. We'll make a religion about that. What is multiple problems going on here? Medical post. Who cares? Oh no, there's multiple problems. It's too cold for working and also being dismantled. Thanks, game, for telling me that the dismantled project is not functional. Okay. Do I have yep, I have religion tab now. 30 wood and 10 steel for a small place of worship for our people. Prayers, sermons, and small ceremonies are being held here. People living near houses of prayer will be more hopeful. Also, by the way, so begins day 2 of the series for me. This is my new binge game where I'm trying to beat the entire game in a relatively small number of sessions because there's a lot to keep track of. There's a lot to keep track of. So right now, I thought my bottleneck is my new source of steel acquisition as that gets worked on. Let's see. Each employee, oh right, there's one absent person. So they still have plenty of worked around here, plenty of wood. I guess I just have to like break that one down and make a new one periodically in different wooded areas. But right now I'm doing so well on wood that that's just not a priority. But this place is fully stocked. I want to upgrade it to the other one when I get a chance, because it's not even that expensive to upgrade to the better one. But I got priorities. So at the moment, I want to make a house of prayer. Oop, I just got enough for that. My 10th wood is available. Do I have any other... No other objectives, because I finished my other promise. It's nice to not have any promises tying me down at the moment. Okay, so... people nearby get more hope. I can try to affect these people, because all those people are by another distraction. There's also houses over here, though. Maybe I'd put one over here and one over there. The house of prayer right next to the bar. There's not like a negative bonus, right? They probably don't care. They probably don't care. They're not gonna be like, you put the house of prayer by the bar in our apocalyptic society? God, that's like slightly questionable in normal society. I'm gonna flip out. Alright, so now we're building a bar, and they're dismantling the medical station that is no longer even manned anymore. I could probably fit a house in there. I think there's a little wedge of leftover space in between it and the other thing next to it. I can probably fit it. I can probably fit a smaller project in there somewhere. Alright, so we're just gonna keep going until I get 10 more steel, and then hopefully I can make another house of prayer and make them happy. The Londoners. Sorry, suddenly I'm just can't... I'm starting speaking for the day, and apparently it's just ruining me. The unconvinced want to leave. Sir, you've convinced the majority, but hope is low. A group of our people are still so scared. They want to flee the city for London in 15 days. They've come to try to change your mind. You say that faith will save us. Nonsense. What? Are we going to pray for food when we start to starve? Shouts one of them. If we don't try to reach London, we'll end up like Winterhome. Why did we come here in the first place? I assume we came here because London's destroyed, or not livable, and so we had this specific location in mind in order to survive everyone being doomed. So why do they want to go back to London specifically? I need context for this world a little bit more. I assume we're not randomly going on a fun expedition to leave London for the sake of it, and that London is doomed too. Calm down, we're not going to die. The reality is I was just given a 15-day time limit, essentially. They're gonna leave in 15 days. It's day 15. Okay, that's not the worst thing to hear. So basically I need to repair my hope meter by day 30, or those people are gonna try to leave. The Londoners, your people are divided. Some of them are so scared they plan to leave the city for London in 15 days. They'll try to convince others to join them, preying on their discontent. Fear may lead people to desperate acts. Maintain peace, give people hope, and manage their discontent to guide the city safely through the looming social crisis. So I need to survive 15 days while improving society so that fewer people are willing to leave with these people. Not to mention the people themselves. Maybe I can even convince those 15 people not to leave. But at the very least, I need to deal with everyone else. Wow, that's a very big on the screen warning. Now it says 14 now. Many people may join the Londoners. Don't let the Londoners disrupt the city. Oh, that's the number of people. So they want to leave in 15 days, but there's 14 of them somewhere in there. So I need to defeat their words, essentially. Alright, that's not the Londoner pop-up. It's a storage limit. The Londoners are a group of people who are so frightened by the situation that they want to go back to London in a misguided belief that it's the only way to survive. People will join the Londoners when hope level is low, and leave when it's high. Londoners will challenge your rule, provoking conflicts and urging others to leave the city. The intensity of the conflict depends on the general condition of the society. Oh god. Alright, so here's a very nice way of showing how this works, which is as you raise hope, the number drops, and as you decrease hope, the number rises. So I need to get hope up, so I can squash this out entirely. Which means I'm going to probably want a lot of religious stuff everywhere, I guess. What's brutal is that until the recent development, hope was my #1 commodity. I was so good at keeping that up. Hopefully the infrastructure I've created to increase hope will recover once the shock of the news sinks away. Or maybe I just have to, maybe this is like, maybe the hope meter is prestiged, and essentially I have to start all the way over with it, essentially. And maybe my past efforts were only for the old society. I get a certain sense that this is when the true game has begun. The stockpiles start off with... Oh, so coal just has larger capacity, basically. Like, the stockpile started off with 900 coal storage, and then 300 of everything. A resource depot is 900 coal or 300 of a chosen resource. So if I pick a specific resource, it's 300, but if I pick coal, it's 900. Well, it's time for things to go get interesting again. Let's keep going forward until I can reach... Oop, research happened. So we have the steam steelworks ready. I'll probably want to get that built. Yeah. Well, per day... If I use 20 steel on the religious buildings, then 15 on this, that's still 1 day of steel overall. So I can make that all work in 1 day. That's good. This would increase the capacity of these buildings. I really need to get the steel building upgraded so I can get more steel, because it's limiting all of my research capabilities. I keep clicking on these like it's going to change tabs or something, and it does not work that way. Where's the one that didn't require any steel? So I think I'm going to do that one now if I can find it. More scouts. That'll enable me to get a second scouting party, which would be nice. They're still dismantling that thing? I guess, yeah, I guess I kind of disrupt my entire base whenever I build, whenever I start trying to build something or stuff like that. There's the steel one. Oh, if I build it over it, it probably uses less resources, but the original one didn't use any steel. Is that one gone now? My hope is dropping even more. Londoners, there was area effects that popped up. I guess I already know what area effects are. Go away. The House of Prayer. Less than half our people have access to a House of Prayer. People feel a lot better living near a House of Prayer. It reminds them of their high purpose and gives them hope. So these are all people in range. I might want to put one by here, even though they already have an arena, just because it affects the most people, and we're in somewhat desperate times. But before I do that, I think I want to upgrade the steel mill to get more steel so I can get it back on research and the prayer stuff. I'll be lagging behind on the whole Londoner thing for today, perhaps, but there's not that much of a limit there. I have 15 days. What's this time limit here? I have 4 days to build my 2 houses of prayer. That's also fine-ish. Still 28 people being treated. At least they're not in palliative care anymore. Everyone's being treated, so hopefully they'll recover at some point, and everyone will be... Yeah, I only have 2 people that can't work. So everyone... I have like 30 people that are sick, but they're not unable to work. That means that at night they're probably staying... They're probably spending their nights at the hospital or something like that, I think. Yeah. I think I'm gonna focus on the steelworks, because I want to... I want to keep my research going, and I can't do that if I'm out of steel. Then I might even work on building a second one next to it. Although we need employees for that, although our guys are always working on getting those employees. Will I make it before the day ends, though? That's the concern. Storage limit reached on what? Which one is that? Oh, they can't make any more rations, right? You know what, you guys? Might as well get busy, right? Go get us some more coal. Give them something to do. Is everyone sick in there? Oh, 6 of them are in treatment right now. Yeah. Oh crap, I hit my steel amount. So you can just build it over it. Or I can build the second one right there. It would destroy resources. It means trees, right? I'm wondering if it's faster to build a new one or upgrade an old one. Huh. Oh well, if I upgrade, then this one's still in action right now. I'm gonna want both of them ultimately, so I can just upgrade this one later. And that's now hooked up to the street. So now we just have to wait for it to get built. No one's working on rations, but the rations are capped out anyway, so we're good there. More scouts is already researched. Alright, research is gonna have to be on pause for a bit, I think. And the work's over anyway. Work day's over, everyone. Goody goody. Oh, look at discontent drop. If only hope was rising. Alright, I don't think I have a single... ooh. Lighter scout sleds. They move 50% fat? Fuck yes. That's crazy. They just have that as an option? Neat. And it's a wood-only option. That's fantastic. Alright, good to know. That gives me something else to research for a while. At this point... Okay, the good news is that the production project gets finished. Generally, people still work on stuff after the workday is over. They seem to be still content to build. I find that interesting. That generally speaking, people seem happy to keep building after the workday is over. Maybe they feel good about it or something. But here they are. The burial ceremony is starting at the cemetery. I always kind of want to look at those. But I have trouble even finding the cemetery in this. I think this is the cemetery? Yeah. Scouts have reached the weather station. Exciting. There's nobody in the weather station, but everything still seems operational. We could find out what the scientists from Winterhome were working on. And get some steam cores. And maybe die, judging by how things have gone in the past. That's what worries me. Grim forecast. We found scientists' notes. They predict that the Great Cold is going to get much worse. What's more troubling is that the observations ended abruptly months ago. There's also not a can of Spam, not even a crumb of bread left in the pantry. It's obvious they've moved out for good. We can see the city of Winterhome from the roof of the weather station. So that's discovery of Winterhome in the coal mine. Although, of course, like, at this point, we already know that, like, We already know what happened to Winterhome. I wonder if they expected me to find Winterhome myself with this character, or what? Was I supposed to find Winterhome faster? And there was like a... was that an alternate way of finding out about Winterhome because I took too long, or what? So I might have taken too long, I don't know. Ooh, 1 steam core. I was hoping for more. But you never know. Coal mine, large convoy. Should I just scale up and get more people again? Let's see. How long is that going to take? 15 hours to arrive, or 18 hours to go back? Fuck it, let's just commit. It's Winterhome. There can be no doubt. It's a city much like ours. We can see the top of the generator, but it's switched off, perhaps for maintenance. I guess the scouts might not know. Although I order the scouts around from home, so I think they're in contact with me somehow. I think that's how that works, but I'm not entirely sure. Alright, so you, no employees. You, all employees. But also maybe you guys stop working on coal and go work here. There we go. Now we have 17 people working on steel at a rate of almost 10 per hour. That's not bad. This one's the big one. This one's slower, but I'll upgrade it later. But I also need more people to man it. I kind of like that they have reminder pop-ups for tutorials sometimes, just because sometimes it might be relevant. There's a lot to keep track of in this game, and they're logical enough to not expect you to know it all the first time. Search for other cities. Abandoned station. A recent report from a weather station has got people talking. They're frightened that such an important facility was apparently abandoned. Some are starting to wonder whether the evacuation from London was a good idea. A few are lamenting openly. I knew we shouldn't have come. At least London had real houses, not tents and wooden shacks. Hope falls slightly. We'll have answers soon enough. Sounds like I need to build houses or people are gonna freak out. I'm working on that, though. Look at all these... Like, that's a house. Look at that house. Okay, I'll give you... Okay, I'll admit that's a bunkhouse. The picture really makes it clear how it's not just a house. But like, look at that, it's a house. It's a bunkhouse, but it's a house. I'm slowly replacing the tents. Is it still super cold right now? Yeah, gotta get on that. That's why I'm increasing steel production though, so I can get up on that. Speaking of which, you guys are chilly and cold. So you have better insulation here, huh? I'm gonna turn the heater on here. I'll turn it off probably when I turn it into the other one. Or maybe I should turn them both on. That might be the reasonable thing to do. We're still doing great on coal, and I need the steel running, and so fewer people being sick is good for that. Still on overdrive. God, that terrifies me how easy it is to miss that in the mess of everything. Gotta keep an eye on that. But I'm trying to make everyone feel better right now, because a blizzard happened and the turnover into the sadness time happened at the same time, basically. Oh my god, we're down to 9 people being treated? Is that just because they're sleeping? Does that change from time of day? Or am I actually making real progress? Watching that thing creep up. I'm hoping that right now everyone's in town, so they're all benefiting from this thing helping them more. Oh shit, the homeless people. Can I fit a tent in there? I can. I was right. Is it better to build one now? It only cost me 2 wood. I'll just build one now. Because you get refunded like you get refunded 8 of the 10 of the 2. I think you get refunded 8 of the 10 wood, because the building over it costs 12 instead of 20. So you only lose 2 wood in the process, but they'll have a house sooner. But I want to replace that with a... As soon as I can, I want to replace that with a bunkhouse. And I would love to upgrade from there too when I get a chance. Alright, it's now 5 AM. Londoners gained followers. Yeah, we're working on that. People join the Londoners. Sir, the people who want to leave for London have successfully urged their friends and neighbors to join them. People are more easily persuaded because they have little hope in their ultimate survival. I see. I'm working on that, buddy. I'm gonna deal with the homelessness problem. Everyone's gonna have a nice little house. I'm gonna try to, let's see. Probably want to work towards having houses, which is gonna require me to be there. With my increased steel production going to the next tier, won't be that actually crazy of an idea. Flying hunters would increase our food production, though. Because they went from 15 to 20. This would take them to 30. Probably gonna want that. The hunter's hangar, such a cool sounding thing. Ooh, and this makes it employ fewer people for the same amount of work. Should free people up. More food would be good. Better houses would be good. I assume the installation would keep people safer, but I need to get mechanical calculations. I really just need to wait for this little bit of progress with the steel to make progress, and then we're good. This is still in progress, right? Doesn't say oh 0%. Oh right, because they haven't been at work. Alright, so they've gained followers. I'll work on that. I'm gonna build stuff that makes everyone happy. I just need the steel to come in. We have to get organized. We have to do something. How are we going to survive? What should we do? We're gonna build more propaganda. I mean, houses of prayer. Good reminder, game, that I was about to die. Thank you for that. God, I hate that thing. It makes me scared. Alright. So the house of prayer is 10 steel. We just gotta get that 10 steel. Come on. Whoop. There we go. Slowing down the time again real quick. I just want to get to the house of prayer period. I'm just gonna put this on everyone's houses. I'm gonna make y'all love me. You won't even have a choice. And look at all those houses. I want to go right flush against another building, I think, so that I don't waste space. Even though technically it misses that one house at the end. But I also don't want to mess up my grid more than I have in the past. Alright. Another house of prayer being built. I might put one down over here too, because there's some houses over there, because I didn't build my houses efficiently. Although it might be more efficient just to build more houses over here in the future than to deal with that. Also, I'm sitting here working towards the idea of upgrading my... So I'm sitting here talking about the idea that I'm going to upgrade my houses, but I haven't even finished building the new versions of houses yet. All that noise. Okay, so... our steel production is going up. 50%? Oh, 5 sick absences. Damn. I need to get rid of that, because you're my new efficient steel thing. I need you all in. No one's sick here? Cool. All the sick people work here in the less efficient building. I still want steel, but I need maximum production here. It's important. Oh, we have enough steel to do something here. There we go. For a little while here, just every 10 steel, I'm going to make another bunkhouse. I need these people to be less horribly frostbitten in their sleeping, if I can deal with that. House of Prayer built. The House of Prayer has been erected, giving people a place to pray together and find comfort and faith. Hope rises. How much? Oh, that's not very much. Hopefully the long-term benefits will be more noticeable. Oh, that's another... we made it there again. Bunkhouses. Oh, there's so many homeless people, which is increasing my discontent, but that's not really entirely accurate. I'm a little worried about the fact that I sent them to winter home, because I feel like that might only hurt us more. Oopsie. Coal mine, right. We climbed up to the edge of the city. We stood there speechless, staring at the scene of devastation. It's a city of the dead. Most of the buildings are destroyed, and the generator has exploded. Search might provide steam cores. The fall of Winter Home. The streets of the ruined city are littered with scores of dead bodies. The city chronicle describes the shortage of food and citizens' increasing despair, and the following squabbles, riots and descent into anarchy, fights for dwindling resources, and the eventual starvation. The last entry, God forgive us. We're eating our dead. There's no hope. We learned about the Snow Cliff and the American camp. Oh yeah, there's Americans here for some reason. May they rest in peace. 2 steam cores. Oh boy. An American camp. Where's the American? Oh, it's way the hell over there. There must have been a note somewhere. It's really close to us. A tall snow cliff. There's a hole in it and it's inhabited. We can see a lone figure bustling about. 11 hours to arrive. But my how long would it take to go back? 1 day 6 hours, 1 day 1 hour. Wow, it takes so much. It's so much faster to go back. They have how many steam cores? 3 steam cores. Hmm. 3 steam cores could be kind of a big deal. Still kind of think I want to commit to getting these people. It'll be like 2 days. Less than that, because when by the time they get to the convoy, it'll be a shorter trip back. Lots of sick absences everywhere. Only 13 people are apparently are being treated right now, though. We must not have that many sick anymore. Yeah, our patients are not maxed out. They're all in this one building. Where's my old medical post? There's no patients and 5 workers. We're gonna take that one down. Probably build a house there instead. Have some of you go here. What, are you guys all sick or something? No. So you guys are gonna work in the cookhouse because we have more raw food turned into rations. Then the rest of you are going to go work not there. Right. Medical facility and cookhouse are the same size facility, so they have the same number of employees. We have enough for another one. We're decreasing the efficiency of our entire town right now, but it's because I'm trying to turn all these things into not being tents. Is that a tent in there? Under construction, okay. I was like, what am I looking at here? That's a tent. I have a tent all the way out here. There's a tent over here. Those are cold. These ones are chilly. That one's cold. That's the one I'm gonna forget about, so let's just go do that one right now. That's gonna be a hard one to remember all the way over there. Alright, just every 10 steel for a little while here. Or maybe not every 10 steel. I'm about to be ready to research again. Scouts are 50% faster. Neat. It might be time to stock up for the big one. Outpost Depot. Allows us to assemble an outpost team, send it to establish a permanent resource outpost far away from the city, and maintain a connection with it. It's just like another gathering system of some kind. This will allow me to set up a proper coal mine. I have decent income for these resources right now, so I'm not super worried yet. How's my food economy going at the moment? We're actually gaining more than we lose. But I might want to save up for the next tier so I can I can buy better houses. Oh, that's a nice cheap upgrade. This would make all the jobs better, but better heated, but they'd then have to worry about even more expensive heating. I might just do this one because it's cheaper than doing the long save, because right now I'm doing the house's upgrades. Just wait for me to get 10 real quick. There we go, and then I'll go right back to upgrading houses in a minute. I just want to keep those guys working if I can. My research is one of my boons right now. Like, I got all those humans. Hey, look at that discontent drop. I just need hope back up. I got all those children going to college or whatever to be better at this. So it helps if I can get them good at the whole, if I can keep the engineering stuff going. Okay, that's one of the cold ones. There we go. Where's the child shelter? Oh no, there's 12 children not in child shelters. So they help with engineering facilities, but this only stores like 20. How many children do I have? I have 27 children. A child shelter. Oh, it only holds 15. Shit, I need a second one. 5 steel, 20 wood. That'll probably have to be heated. I'll make it work though. Our children are our most important resource, I say. In the creepiest way manner, basically. In the creepiest way manner. What the fuck was that? In the creepiest way possible? How did I mess up that sentence so bad? I don't think child shelters are relevant to places of prayer, right? Should probably put it like way off in the middle of nowhere. So is that's the heat circle, right? Oh, we have enough for another house. That's currently a tent. And it's currently cold. I don't even remember placing some of these so far out. I keep getting surprised by how many tents there are. They surprise me constantly. Man, this hope increasing stuff's getting a little difficult. Well, I used up all the steel we got over the course of that day. I hope we're happy. Ooh, what's that? That's a creepy symbol. The House of Prayer, Rebirth of Faith. Sir, people have started to visit the House of Prayer. There aren't many of them yet, but it might be the start of something special. It seems they really needed a proper place of worship. I'm glad to hear that. This is the House of Prayer. Hope will rise slightly. Did I just click on that? Let's do some of that. I should be doing that every 2 days, shouldn't I? Oh. The cooldown is for all of them. Let's see if I can raise hope with that. Look at them all going in there. Wow, they're really going in there. How many people are there? It doesn't have a list of how many people are currently in it necessarily, but a lot of people are going towards it. My hope's going up. That tendency dropped it only to being 1 arrow now. That means we're doing better. That means we're doing better. Tendency's down to 1 arrow. Yeah, a handful of people may join them. It still means that the number's gonna go up, which is a problem, but I'm working on that. My only negative right now is the unpopular decision. Which one was that? Cold at home, bad food. I'm working on those things. Let's see. The soup just increases discontent. It doesn't decrease hope, right? And I need hope, not it's the height of hope that matters more than the discontent, right? My discontent's doing fine for now. Now the Book of Laws, did I miss when it happened? I feel slightly iffy about this. When you finish a technology, there's a pop-up like, oh my god, you finished a technology, do the next one. I think the only hint you get that the Book of Laws is ready is that there's a little sound. But it kind of gets lost in the shuffle sometimes. Evening prayers. We shall meet and pray together to warm not only our bodies but our souls. Evening prayers at the House of Prayer and Temple. Each use raises hope and lowers discontent. That's good. Shrines. Praying at shrines will give people the strength they need to take on arduous tasks every day. That's the symbol we saw when we were picking this group. You get to build a shrine. It raises hope for people working nearby. And they increase the efficiency in nearby workplaces. That's an interesting one. So put a shrine by where people are working and they'll become more efficient. Put that by the steel mill. I'll give that a go. I'm using religion to manipulate people. With so much to do, we really need to be reminded to pray. At last, somewhere to say our prayers in peace. There go the hunters and their arduous work. Don't worry guys, you'll be flying soon. That'll make everything faster, right? That'll be neato. It gets cold at night. The gathering posts are cold. Moderate risk of people getting ill. I'm gonna have to turn the heaters on in there. Nope, that one was already on. Shit. Shit. It's very cold there. The resource depot is very cold, but no one works there. Our coal economy is still doing alright with the heaters. Good. I think it's basically just time to wait for the morning because we don't have any resources. Right? Oh. Oh, he's here. How does he get down? How does he get down? I'm a little... It's very high up. Is he just in my town now somewhere? That's not automatons. You're opening the wrong one now. It's probably because I keep clicking on the giant question mark, which is probably just the open your hints menu thing, as opposed to clicking on the title. The automatons can replace entire crews at most workplaces. They are produced at the factory and work 24 hours per day. Their initial efficiency is 60%, but can be raised by research upgrades. An automaton recharges itself twice daily from the generator or steam hub without interfering with its operation. Cost of one automaton, 100 steel, 100 wood, 1 steam core, 50 coal. Does the recharge... What does the recharge cost? Is that not a part of the price necessarily? 60% efficiency is interesting to me. That might be a good cookhouse thing. Stop using engineers, turn on the automaton. The cookhouse is something that always... I keep running out of work for the people that work there because they go out and they work and then they get their job done too fast, basically. And so it might be best to just set the automaton there because they have 60% efficiency, and so they're less effective than having 5 people there. I could also just not be manning it fully and just be manning it with like 2 people, admittedly. But yeah. This gives me more people I can send out here. Still have 2 more that aren't working yet, which I don't really have work for yet. But I can make a... I can make another crew. Is it time to do that? It might be time to do that. If I do that, then I have more people to work with. I definitely... It looks like I'd want to send out, worker type people because they require less resources. I'm sorry, because I have more of them is what I mean. I have more workers than engineers, so actually I want to keep that somewhat even just so I can keep my options open. I guess I'll unemploy those workers. Unemploy those workers. And I've got plenty of wood, so that part's easy. Let's create a new scout team, send them to the American camp. There we go. Now I've got 2 scout teams, and we're gonna make a lot more progress on that map. And also, when people are not employed actively, I believe that basically just means I don't have to deal with, feeding them and stuff like that. They just kind of get removed from the whole equation, basically. Why is the coal thumper being suggested to me, and why did I click on the wrong part again? I mean, it just creates coal. I think maybe they should like, hey, you want to think about the coal thumper for a moment? A lot of heaters are turned on now. Those are just chili. I'm fine with chili. I'm not psyched about the idea of chili, but I'm not in a hurry to add stuff to that. The hothouse is cold. Oh. The hothouse is cold because no one works there right now, because it's nighttime. Right. What is happening now? Using automatons. Our first automaton is operational. This will help our economy greatly. Automatons can replace entire manual labor crews. They work around the clock, with short breaks to refuel out the generator. We can research upgrades to raise their efficiency and capability. So I haven't actually learned how to make one yet, but because I actually found this one out in the wild. But it's good to have. Arguably I could use it somewhere like, I think it's here. Yeah, this requires 10 workers. Like, there's places that require a lot more workers, so those are probably better places to use an automaton on if they replace the entire workforce, but I'd want their efficiency to be higher, otherwise it's just like everyone's sick there. It's not a great trade-off overall.